All right, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to organize your Google Drive, or at least how to set up some folders and try to keep yourself organized. So you can see my Google Drive right there. I'm going to set up a folder. You can either hit New, or I believe you can just right click and hit New Folder. And I'm going to call this Pre-Algebra. You can also call it Geometry. You can call it whatever you want. Depends on what class you're talking about. But I would definitely organize these by class. So I'm going to say, actually, since I already have a Pre-Algebra one, let's say I set it up as a Civics one. So then within that Civics folder, you don't really want to place files in here because that is going to get very cluttered very fast. So I would set up another new folder inside of here, and let's say Unit 1. What would Unit 1 be? Let's say the legislative branch. I doubt that is a whole unit in civics, but I do not know the civics curriculum, so I'm just taking a guess at what Unit 1 might be. But that might be an appropriate label for it. It both tells you that it was in the beginning of the year and describes what will be in that folder. Then within that folder, you can drop files in here, but again, that might get pretty cluttered. For me, that would get very cluttered. I really don't know how many files you'll be saving here. So that might be enough for you. Or you might want to set up another folder inside of there and say Notes, and a separate one that says Activities, or homework. I really don't know how your classes are structured in civics, so let's not call it homework. Let's call it independent practice. So these are the three different types of assignments that you might have within Unit 1 within your civics class. And you set up another new folder for science and do kind of the same thing inside of there. You set up Unit 1 folder, and then separate those assignments by their category. This is just one way to organize this. It really is dependent on you and how organized you can stay. You can see that my geometry drive, if I were to put everything into my geometry drive, this would get crazy. All of these different units put together would just be way too many files. Even one of these by itself, the opening week, that might be okay because I only have just a week's worth of materials in there. But if I were to do that with the geometry basics, it would be way too many files just to put in there. So you really have to think about how you need to keep it organized. You can also change it as you go. If you find that you want to say all my reflections will go into one folder, and later you can drag and drop them into that folder when you need to. Hopefully this was clear, but if you do need any help, please let me know.